Roads become snow-covered or iced over. Most drivers resort to installing tire chains to improve traction. Many areas, like our local San Bernardino Mountains, require all vehicles to carry snow chains during winter months and require two-wheel drive vehicles to install chains when snow is on the roads, and all vehicles to install chains when the conditions become heavy and icy. But no such requirements are put in place for the local dirt roads and 4x4 trails. Rudd Grip 4x4 chains proved very easy to install. After installing one chain, it becomes easier with each installation, taking only about 3 minutes per chain and even less time to remove. To install the chains, first detach the cable from its connectors and shake the chain so that it dangles loosely. Then take the long, thin yellow chain, making sure it is detached from all other parts of the chain. Lay the chain on the ground with the plastic-covered cable forming a half moon with both ends facing the car. Push one end around the tire and grab it with your other hand so that the plastic-coated cable is now wrapped around the tire on the ground. Lift both ends up and secure the cable at the top of the tire towards the back of the tire. Secure the hook to the hook ring at the top front of the tire facing you and fit the chain along both sides of the tire. Now take the long, thin yellow chain at the bottom and run it through the brass-colored connector hole and cinch it back for tightness. Now run the long, thin yellow chain through the thin yellow metal loop and attach the long, thin yellow chain up to the blue chain near the top as tightly as possible. After the chains are installed, drive forward a few feet and tighten more if possible, checking each attachment point. This process is actually much easier than it sounds. Even if the conditions are good and passage is easy on flat terrain or slight grades, grade pitch increases, more traction is needed. And if the road is iced over, even the slightest grade can reduce traction to near zero for even the best tire, rig, and driver combo. These extreme conditions are where tire chains come into play. We wanted to find out just how much difference chains make in the snow and ice. We acquired 2 sets of Rudd Grip 4x4 chains for the 33-inch tires on the Xterra off-road test rig. Then we went to Cactus Flat, an OHV area northeast of Big Bear Lake. Cactus Flat had plenty of snow and a very wide slope with a grade of 15 to 20 degrees where we could make multiple test runs side by side on fresh, untouched snow. The Grip Series 4x4 snow chains feature a diamond pattern for better traction, ease of installation, but they're rugged and durable and very affordable. Ring size for the Grip 4x4 chains is 5.5 millimeters, which is thicker than the standard Class S clearance of 3.5 millimeters. Our first test was upslope with tires aired to normal highway pressures. Progress across the flats was easy with the snow only about 4 inches deep. As soon as we got to the bottom of the slope, we stopped and then proceeded with mild power application. Forward progress ceased within 10 feet. Our test procedures were such that once forward progress ceased, we stopped and backed down, moving over a few feet to the left or right for the next test. The second test was with the tires, which are Hankook RT03 mud-terrain tires, 285-75/16, air down to 12 psi. This helps some with forward progress about 15 feet further upslope. Next, we installed a pair of Rudd Grip 4x4 chains on the rear tires. As a side note, we did not air up the tires to install the chains, which would have saved a minute or so on installation. With the rear chains installed, we crawled about halfway up the 150-foot long climb. Trails are hit hard by snowfall, like they were this past winter. Traveling snow-covered backcountry roads and trails becomes difficult at best and impossible at worst. And just because you made it in on a road does not mean you'll get back out as easily, especially in late winter and early spring when the roads get rutted and the overnight temperatures freeze over the surface with a crust of ice and hard-packed snow. The roads can be relatively easy to navigate, but when the sun rises high and the temperatures climb above above freezing, the crust softens, and what supported the weight of the rig in the morning will likely encase your tires in hub-deep, slushy snow in the afternoon. And those conditions can be extremely difficult to get out of. In the snow, good mud terrain tires help, especially when aired down to the lowest pressure your tires will take. Dry tires are better than narrow tires. The light vehicle will fare better than a heavy rig. You want the least load per unit of tire contact patch area possible in an effort to stay on top of the hard-packed, crusty snow. If the snow is light, especially when the trail is fresh and unbroken, ground clearance is crucial to break through the snow without pushing it out of the way, or more likely, compacting it under the front of the rig. As the snow builds up, the front tires are lifted and traction is reduced. Next, we installed a pair of Dry Grip 4x4 chains on the front tires, again with the tires aired down. This time, from our standing start at the base of the climb, we easily motored up to the top of the climb and over the crest. With no wheel spin and with steady throttle, we could have climbed much further upslope, even with a slight increase in grade. The difference chaining up on all four tires makes is remarkable. In fact, it was so easy, we decided to look for more challenges. A short distance away is Jacoby Canyon, a difficult rated trail, climbing up from Cactus Flats to Holcomb Valley Road. When we got to the trailhead, we discovered that the snow was tracked for only 100 yards, then the trail was unbroken. We managed to make it about 1 mile up the 3-mile trail, punching through the untouched snow. It had not snowed for about 2 weeks, so we were surprised to find no tracks in the 12 to 18-inch deep snow. In several places where the snow was in the shade and somewhat deeper, we would lose momentum, back up several feet, and break further through the snow. We climbed a couple of slopes somewhat steeper than those we tested at Cactus Flat. We could have made it to the other end of the trail, but it was getting late in the afternoon, so we decided to return the way we came in, since we descended a couple of fairly steep sections, which we would now have to climb to get back to the highway. It turned out to be no problem. We easily got to the highway, removed the chains from all four tires, and aired up for the short drive back to Big Bear. The Red Grip 4x4 chains not only performed flawlessly, but were easy to install and constructed of high-quality materials. The German company is known for quality, and for off-road use, these chains will last a long time. And the pricing is very reasonable for a quality product, with the street pricing around $100 for a pair of the Red Grip 4x4 snow chains. We hope to test the chains in mud and sand after the snow departs for the spring. Stay tuned.